today's world, we are surrounded by noise, the constant buzz of social media, the fiery debates that rage in the news, and the drama that often seems to follow us wherever we go. It's easy to feel pulled into these storms, engaging in conflict, getting swept away by others' emotions, or rushing to respond in the heat of the moment. But what if the most powerful response to drama wasn't a fiery comeback or a passionate argument? What if the most impactful thing you could do in the face of chaos was nothing? Yes, you heard that right. Silence. It's a concept that might seem counterintuitive in a world that thrives on noise. But here's the twist. What if silence is the most profound weapon in your arsenal? In fact, what if it could speak louder than words ever could? This isn't just a random thought. It's the very core of Stoic philosophy. Stoicism, a philosophy that has shaped some of history's greatest minds, teaches us that our greatest power lies not in our ability to respond to every provocation, but in our ability to choose not to react at all. Imagine for a moment the next time someone tries to pull you into drama. Instead of diving into the fray with quick words or rash decisions, you choose silence. The tension in the air grows. Everyone around you is waiting for your response, and yet you remain calm, unmoved, in control. This isn't weakness, it's strength. In this exploration, we'll uncover why silence can be your strongest ally when drama knocks at your door. We'll dive deep into the Stoic principles that make silence not only a peaceful alternative to chaos, but also an incredibly powerful tool for personal growth and emotional resilience. And by the end, you'll understand why sometimes saying nothing is exactly the right thing to do. So, are you ready to discover how silence can transform your approach to life's daily dramas? Keep reading, and don't forget to like, share, and comment below, because your response to this message could say a lot about your own Stoic journey. Subscribe for more insights into living a life of calm amidst the chaos. Let's dive in. The power of silence in fostering inner peace. Picture this. You're caught in the middle of a heated situation. Maybe it's an argument with a colleague, a tense family disagreement, or even a moment when someone's words are meant to provoke a reaction. The world is spinning around you, emotions are running high, and everyone is watching, waiting for your response. In these moments, the instinct to speak up, defend yourself, or join the chaos can feel almost overpowering. But here's the twist. What if the most powerful thing you could do in that moment is nothing? This is where the Stoic principle of silence becomes truly remarkable. You might think that silence is a passive choice, a retreat from the battlefield of life's drama. But in truth, silence can be the ultimate declaration of strength, a fortress against the swirling storms of external conflict. Why? Because silence allows you to preserve something that's often in short supply in moments of tension: inner peace. Imagine trying to respond to every snide comment, every challenging remark, or every piece of drama that comes your way. It's exhausting, right? Every word you speak, every reaction you offer is like adding fuel to the fire. The more you engage, the more it consumes you. But in the world of Stoicism, you're encouraged to step back and observe, not react. This is where the magic happens. By choosing silence, you create space between the external chaos and your inner world. You become the calm eye in the storm, untouched by the turbulence around you. This isn't just a tactic for avoiding confrontation, it's a deliberate choice that protects your emotional well-being. By holding your tongue, you prevent yourself from being swept away in someone else's drama, allowing your mind and heart to stay clear. The moment you give in to the urge to argue, to defend, or to retaliate, you forfeit your peace. But silence? Silence gives you the freedom to stay grounded, to stay centered, no matter what's happening around you. Silence, in this sense, is not about being passive. It's about choosing to prioritize your mental clarity over the noise of the world. It's about saying, I won't let external drama dictate how I feel or who I become. As the Stoics taught, you cannot control the actions or words of others, but you can control your response. And when you choose silence, you're choosing to protect your most valuable asset, your inner peace. Here's the real kicker. When you remain silent in the face of drama, something extraordinary happens. The noise around you starts to lose its power. Your calm presence begins to speak volumes. People notice. They sense your strength. And in that silence, you may find that your mind is clearer, your heart is lighter, and your soul is at peace. So the next time drama comes knocking, remember this. Your silence is not a retreat. It's a choice. It's the choice to stand firm in your peace, to remain unshaken by the storm, and to let your calmness speak louder than any words ever could. If this resonates with you, imagine the power of cultivating this practice in your own life. Ready to experience more peace and clarity? Like this post, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and comment below. What's your experience with silence in times of drama? Subscribe for more powerful Stoic wisdom that can transform your approach to life's chaos. Stay calm, stay centered. 2. Choosing not to engage. The virtue of restraint. Have you ever been in a situation where someone said something provocative, something designed to trigger an emotional response, and your body immediately tensed up? The impulse to fire back, to defend your pride, or to set the record straight is almost irresistible. It feels as though you're obligated to respond, to show the world you won't be trampled on. But here's the shocking truth. What if choosing not to engage is the ultimate form of strength? This is the core of Stoic wisdom, restraint. When everyone around you is reacting, spiraling into drama, or pushing buttons to get a rise out of you, the Stoic path is the opposite. It's about stepping back. In those moments of tension, when the urge to speak out, to argue, or to defend yourself seems overwhelming, Stoicism asks you to simply refrain. But why? Isn't restraint a sign of weakness, a failure to stand up for oneself? Quite the opposite. Restraint is the embodiment of true power. The Stoics knew that while we can't control what others say or do, we can control how we respond. And choosing not to engage in drama, choosing silence over reaction, is the ultimate expression of control. Think about it. Every time you choose restraint, you are consciously deciding to preserve your energy for what truly matters, rather than wasting it on the petty distractions that others try to drag you into. Consider this. When someone insults you or tries to provoke you, your initial instinct is likely to rise to the bait, to defend your honor. But in that moment, by reacting, you've already handed over your power to the other person. You've let their words dictate your emotions, your behavior, and your next move. The Stoics, however, would ask you to take a breath, to step outside the storm of their words, and refuse to be drawn into their chaos. The greatest freedom lies in your ability to choose not to engage. This doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're strong enough to recognize that your peace, your dignity, and your time are far too valuable to be spent on anything beneath your level of worth. By choosing restraint, you assert your independence from external pressures, maintaining your sense of self, no matter what's happening around you. In the heat of drama, you remain composed, and in this composed silence, your true strength becomes visible, not in what you say, but in what you choose not to say. And here's where it gets even more powerful. The more you practice this restraint, the more it shapes your character. Each time you refuse to engage in drama, you are cultivating wisdom, patience, and emotional maturity. You are choosing to rise above, to stand firm in your convictions without needing to prove anything to anyone. This silence is the quiet roar of confidence, because you know that your true power doesn't lie in quick responses or fleeting victories. It lies in your ability to remain unmoved by the trivialities that seek to pull you down. So the next time you're faced with an opportunity to engage in drama, take a step back. Choose restraint. The strength to remain silent, to refuse the urge to react, is a choice that empowers you and leaves the drama behind. What would it feel like to step into your power, free from the need to defend yourself in every battle? Think about it, then share your thoughts below. How has restraint helped you in the past? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom that can change how you navigate life's challenges. Restraint is not just about holding back, it's about owning your inner peace, ready to discover the true power of silence. 3. Silence as a form of non-violent resistance. Imagine a moment of injustice, a heated argument, or a situation where you're being unfairly targeted. The urge to stand up, to shout, to fight back is so strong you can almost taste it. But what if the most powerful way to resist wasn't through loud protests or fiery speeches? What if, instead, your silence could become the most potent form of resistance in the face of oppression, conflict, or aggression? This is where the Stoic approach to silence as a form of non-violent resistance comes into play. It's a lesson that's been passed down through centuries, from the calm endurance of Marcus Aurelius to the quiet wisdom of Mahatma Gandhi. Silence, in these moments, isn't about submission. It's about strategic peace, a conscious refusal to engage in destructive conflict that ultimately doesn't serve your soul or your purpose. In a world where we often feel pressure to speak out immediately, to react impulsively, choosing silence in the face of injustice can seem counterintuitive. But here's the reality. When you're caught in a conflict, whether it's personal or societal, every word you speak, every reaction you have, often feeds the fire of discord. Stoicism teaches us to step back, to assess whether reacting is really necessary. Often, silence becomes a shield, a refusal to be manipulated by the noise and drama around you. Consider the way non-violent resistance has been used throughout history. Leaders like Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. understood the power of choosing silence over violence. By not reacting to provocation, they denied their aggressors the satisfaction of a response. Silence in these instances wasn't weakness. It was a demonstration of immense strength and moral clarity. It became a form of resistance that left their opponents powerless. This is not to say that silence is always passive or that it requires you to accept injustice quietly. On the contrary, it can be a deliberate choice, a refusal to lower yourself to the level of those who seek to provoke. By choosing silence, you take back control of the situation. You don't let the drama dictate your actions or emotions. Instead, you make the decision to protect your peace and stand firmly in your own integrity. In personal relationships, silence as resistance can be just as powerful. When faced with manipulation, insult, or drama, staying silent not only denies the other person the reaction they desire, but it also forces them to confront their own behavior. The moment you withdraw from the drama and remain calm, the manipulator or aggressor is left without an audience, without the validation they crave. Your silence speaks volumes, louder than any words ever could. By embracing silence as a form of resistance, you break free from the cycle of conflict and refuse to be dragged into negativity. It's an incredibly potent Stoic practice that empowers you to fight injustice and chaos without ever raising your voice. What do you think? Have you ever experienced the power of silence as resistance? Imagine how different your responses to conflict could be if you chose silence in those crucial moments. Share your thoughts below, Like this post if you believe in the power of peaceful resistance, and subscribe for more transformative insights that'll help you navigate life's battles with wisdom and strength. 4. The dangers of responding to drama. Emotionally, imagine this. You're caught in the middle of a storm. Words are flying, tempers are rising, and the tension is thick in the air. The drama feels so intense, the emotions so raw, that you feel your heart rate spike. Every fiber of your being wants to react, to shout back, to defend yourself, to make them see your point. But here's the million-dollar question. What happens when you respond to drama from a place of pure emotion? The truth is, responding emotionally to drama often leads to disaster. It's like throwing gasoline on a fire. You don't just engage with the conflict, you amplify it, turning a manageable situation into an uncontrollable explosion. And yet in the heat of the moment, it's so easy to give in to that impulse. We've all been there, the emotional roller coaster that pulls us into the vortex of drama and demands our attention, our energy, and our peace. But here's the twist. Stoicism teaches us that responding emotionally to drama is not a sign of strength, it's a path to weakness. The Stoics knew that emotions are powerful, but they also recognized that emotions can cloud our judgment, blur our vision, and lead us to make decisions we later regret. When we react impulsively, we stop thinking clearly. Our immediate emotional response can often cause more harm than good, hurting relationships, escalating conflict, and ultimately leaving us feeling drained and defeated. Consider this. Have you ever lashed out in anger or frustration only to regret it moments later? When we let our emotions dictate our actions, we become slaves to them. And in the world of drama, that means we lose control. We lose our ability to stay centered, to maintain perspective, and to make thoughtful choices that preserve our peace and integrity. The danger of emotional responses is that they lead us to act on external stimuli, which are often beyond our control. We cannot control the words or actions of others, but we can control how we respond. By choosing to remain calm, choosing silence, we keep the power of our response in our hands. We stop being reactionary and start being intentional. Think of emotional reactions like a knee-jerk reflex. In the moment, you can't help but snap back, defend yourself, or try to win the argument. But the Stoics understood that true strength lies in pausing before responding, in taking a breath and choosing a more measured, rational course of action. It's not about suppressing your emotions, it's about mastering them. When you choose to be silent, you give yourself the gift of time. Time to cool down, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with your values rather than reacting in haste. Responding to drama emotionally might feel satisfying in the short term, but the consequences often linger far longer. When you hold back that emotional surge, you not only protect your peace, but also show a depth of character that others will respect and admire. So, the next time drama tries to drag you into its emotional whirlwind, remember this: silence is your weapon. By holding your tongue and mastering your emotions, you maintain control over your response and avoid the dangerous trap of emotional reaction. Ever had a moment where you responded emotionally, only to regret it later? How do you handle emotional triggers in moments of drama? Share your thoughts in the comments below, like if you felt the power of silence, and subscribe for more Stoic insights that help you take control of your reactions and navigate life's chaos with calm and clarity. 5. Silence as a reflection of self-control. Have you ever been in a moment where you were pushed to your limits, where everything inside of you screamed to lash out, to let your feelings be known, to show the world your anger or frustration? It's in these intense, pressure cooker moments that true self-control is tested. And what if the ultimate way to demonstrate this control wasn't through speech, but through something far more powerful: silence? The Stoics understood that self-control, the ability to manage your emotions, your impulses, and your reactions, is the foundation of a truly balanced and peaceful life. In a world where we're encouraged to react to everything, where expressing ourselves seems like a duty, silence becomes a radical act of mastery. The Stoic view is simple. When you control your emotions, when you silence the immediate urge to speak or act impulsively, you show the world that you are the master of yourself, not a slave to your emotions or the chaos around you. Imagine this. Someone challenges you. Perhaps a colleague makes a dismissive remark, or someone close to you criticizes your choices. The instinct is there, isn't it? That fire in your chest that wants to rise up and respond, to defend, to set the record straight. It's natural. But here's the game-changing idea. Choosing silence in those moments is the highest form of self-control. Why? Because it means you are not letting external stimuli control you. You are not reacting because someone else's words or actions demand it. Instead, you are consciously deciding to hold back, to stay calm, and to remain centered. When you remain silent, you give yourself the gift of time. Time to reflect on the situation. Time to understand whether this moment is worth your emotional investment. In those crucial seconds, you break the cycle of impulsive reactions and create space for rational thought. The Stoics believed that this pause, this intentional silence, allows us to choose the response that aligns with our values and not with our immediate emotional impulses. Now think about the impact this has, not just on the situation at hand, but on your own growth. Every time you choose silence over a hasty reaction, you reinforce your ability to govern your emotions. You demonstrate to yourself that you don't need to prove anything to others through words or impulsive actions. You are enough just as you are. And this practice of self-control through silence becomes a habit, a muscle you strengthen over time, making you less susceptible to the drama that tries to invade your life. Self-control is powerful, not just in moments of tension, but in shaping who you become. By choosing silence, you practice one of the highest forms of emotional intelligence, the ability to respond with wisdom rather than reacting with emotion. It's this kind of self-mastery that the Stoics revered and saw as essential to a life of virtue and tranquility. In essence, every time you hold back and choose silence, you are becoming more of the person you wish to be. The next time you're in a situation that demands a response, remember that your silence is not a sign of weakness, it's a reflection of strength. It is the embodiment of self-control, and in that silence, you command respect, not just from others, but from yourself. Have you ever had a moment where you exercised self-control and chose silence? How did it feel? Share your experience below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Remember, silence isn't passive, it's powerful. 6. Using silence to preserve energy for what truly matters. In the whirlwind of daily life, it often feels like there's always something demanding your attention: drama, conflict, distractions, and the endless noise of the world. It's easy to get caught up in the small battles, the petty arguments, and the back and forths that drain your energy and cloud your focus. But what if you could protect your most valuable resource, your energy, by embracing the power of silence? The truth is, energy is a limited commodity. Every time you engage in unnecessary drama, every time you react impulsively, you're expending precious mental, emotional, and physical energy on things that don't truly matter. The Stoics, with their timeless wisdom, understood that it's not about responding to every provocation or jumping into every conflict. It's about preserving your energy for the things that are truly worth your time and effort. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through silence. Think about it. How often do you find yourself caught in trivial conversations, debates, or arguments that ultimately don't change anything or move you closer to your goals? These distractions can feel urgent in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, they are often energy vampires that leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled. The Stoics believed that engaging with drama for the sake of drama was a waste of time and energy, and instead, they advocated for focusing on what is truly in your control, the things that align with your values and your purpose. By choosing silence, you create space to conserve your emotional and mental energy, and space to redirect it toward what truly matters. You preserve your energy for deep reflection, for meaningful conversations, for personal growth, and for actions that bring you closer to your goals. Instead of getting caught up in the noise, you choose to conserve your vitality for your highest priorities. Here's the powerful part. Silence, in this context, isn't just about avoiding conflict. It's about consciously choosing where to direct your focus. When you don't waste your energy on responding to every argument or fueling every dramatic situation, you free up mental space to engage more thoughtfully with what is important. You no longer spend hours stewing over insignificant comments or getting sidetracked by people who aren't aligned with your vision. When you reserve your energy for things that matter, whether it's personal growth, deepening relationships, or pursuing your passions, you begin to live with intention. Every moment spent in silence is a moment you reclaim for something more meaningful. The energy you preserve becomes an investment in your future, your well-being, and your peace of mind. Imagine how much more productive, peaceful, and centered your life could be if you stopped wasting energy on trivial drama. What could you achieve if you reserved your strength for the things that align with your values and vision? Silence is the tool that helps you conserve your energy, creating the mental and emotional space needed for what truly matters. So, the next time life presents you with drama, take a step back. Choose silence as a way to protect your energy and focus on the bigger picture. Don't let the distractions of the world pull you off course. Use your silence as a powerful tool for preserving the energy that will fuel your true purpose. How do you manage your energy in a world full of distractions? Have you ever used silence to preserve your focus and clarity? Share your experiences below, and if this resonates with you, like, share, and subscribe for more insights into living a life of intention and peace. Remember, your energy is your greatest asset. Protect it wisely. 7. Silence as a tool for reflection and growth. There's a moment in every heated conversation or conflict when the noise seems to swallow you whole. The voices, the opinions, the emotional rush. It all blurs together, demanding your immediate attention. But what if, in that very moment, the most important thing you could do was nothing at all? What if silence itself could serve as a catalyst for self-reflection and personal growth? This is the magic of silence. It's not just a pause or a break from external noise. It's an opportunity to look inward, to reflect, and to grow. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that silence wasn't just about avoiding the chaos around you, but about creating the mental space to reflect on your thoughts, your actions, and your deeper truths. It's in these moments of silence that we discover who we really are and what we truly value. In the midst of drama, we often lose sight of ourselves. We become so focused on defending our point, proving our worth, or responding to others that we forget to ask, what is the best course of action for me? Silence gives you the gift of time to ask that very question. It allows you to step outside the frenzy of emotion and reconsider your approach from a place of clarity, wisdom, and peace. In the quiet, you can sift through the noise and connect with your deeper sense of purpose and intention. But here's the catch: reflection takes courage. It's easy to react impulsively, to shout, or to retaliate when we feel hurt or challenged. Silence asks us to resist that urge and instead to sit with our emotions long enough to truly understand them. What are we really feeling? What triggered us? Are we reacting out of fear, pride, or a genuine need to protect ourselves? By taking the time to reflect in silence, we gain insight into our own motivations, which is the first step toward personal growth. Stoicism teaches that true growth comes from the ability to master oneself, and mastery starts with reflection. When you give yourself the space to pause, you can approach your actions with wisdom and intention rather than being ruled by your initial emotional reactions. Silence isn't just about avoiding drama. It's about stepping back long enough to reflect on the larger picture, to understand what matters, and to make conscious choices that align with your true self. Here's an example. The next time you feel yourself swept into an argument, instead of jumping in, take a breath and pause. Use the silence to reflect on the bigger picture. Ask yourself, how do I want to respond? What's the most constructive thing I can do here? In that moment of stillness, you'll likely find clarity that would have been clouded if you'd immediately jumped into the fray. So, the next time life presents you with an opportunity for drama or conflict, embrace the power of silence as a tool for reflection. It's in those moments of quiet introspection that you'll uncover the insights and wisdom that will guide your personal growth and help you navigate life with greater purpose. Have you ever used silence to reflect and grow? How did it change your perspective? Share your thoughts below, and if you found this helpful, like, share, and subscribe for more insights on living a purposeful, stoic life. Remember, growth happens in the quiet moments of reflection. 8. Silence as a path to true wisdom. Imagine you're in a crowded room, filled with chatter, opinions, and noise. People are speaking over each other, trying to be heard, all asserting their points and beliefs. It's easy to get caught up in the rush of words, to feel the pressure to speak, to have your voice be known. But here's a profound truth. True wisdom often doesn't come from speaking at all. It comes from listening and reflecting in silence. This is a key tenet of Stoic philosophy, the understanding that silence is not just the absence of sound, but the presence of profound wisdom. The Stoics believed that in silence, we gain the clarity needed to truly understand ourselves, others, and the world around us. The more we speak, the more we risk clouding our judgment and missing the deeper truths. Silence, however, allows us to see more clearly and to respond with greater insight. In today's world, where everyone has an opinion and voices are louder than ever, we often feel compelled to add our own voice to the noise. But the Stoic approach invites us to step back. It encourages us to resist the urge to always speak up and, instead, to listen more closely. Silence becomes a tool for deepening our understanding. Think about it. When was the last time you were in a conversation and simply listened, not to respond, but to understand? In those moments of quiet observation, you can pick up on nuances that would have been missed if you were busy preparing your next statement. By practicing silence, you gain the ability to hear more than just words. You hear the emotions behind the words, the context, the intentions, and even the silences within the conversation. This deeper awareness is where true wisdom resides. The power of silence as a path to wisdom is rooted in the Stoic understanding that wisdom is not about accumulating more information, but about understanding what truly matters. In the quiet, we can filter out the noise, separate the trivial from the meaningful, and see situations for what they truly are. We learn not only to listen to others, but to listen to our own hearts and minds. This doesn't mean that we should be silent all the time, or that we shouldn't share our thoughts. But the Stoics remind us that wisdom comes when we don't rush to speak, but instead take time to reflect before responding. By choosing silence, we give ourselves the chance to gather our thoughts, process our feelings, and craft a response that is thoughtful and aligned with our values. It's through this practice that we learn how to speak with intention rather than simply reacting. Imagine how much more powerful your words could be if they were born out of silence and reflection, rather than from a knee-jerk reaction. When you allow silence to guide you, you don't just speak. You speak with purpose, wisdom, and impact. So, the next time you find yourself surrounded by noise and debate, remember this: silence isn't a sign of weakness. It's the foundation of true wisdom. Take a moment to step back, listen more deeply, and let the silence reveal the answers that are often drowned out by the clamor of the world. Have you ever found wisdom in silence? How has it helped you make better decisions? Share your thoughts below, and if you found this valuable, like, share, and subscribe for more insights on how to live a life of purpose, peace, and wisdom. Remember, silence is not empty. It's full of possibilities. Conclusion: embrace silence, embrace strength. As we've explored, silence is far more than just an absence of sound. It's a powerful tool, a reflection of strength, and a path to wisdom. From the Stoic perspective, silence isn't about weakness or avoidance. It's about choosing where to invest your energy, how to control your emotions, and when to reflect for deeper understanding. It's about rising above the drama that tries to pull you in and finding peace in moments of chaos. When we choose silence, we choose clarity, growth, and true self-mastery. Whether it's in moments of tension, conflict, or personal challenge, silence becomes the anchor that helps us navigate life with wisdom and purpose. So, I encourage you to practice silence in your own life. The next time drama presents itself, pause and reflect. Let silence be your guide. It's in those quiet moments that you'll uncover your strength, discover deeper insights, and ultimately live with greater peace and intention. If you found this video valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to explore more Stoic wisdom and powerful practices to help you live your best life. And don't forget to comment below. What was the most impactful lesson you learned today? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching, and remember, sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is simply stay silent and let your actions speak louder than words.